Oof. I'm so sorry to report. It's a really bad day for the victimhood currency that really supports the faux video game journalism field, particularly populated by people with brightly colored hair who are perpetual victims. It's also a really bad day for just internet grifter feminists, as well as Brianna Wu has been completely getting roasted, and I'm here for it. If you're new to the channel, please make sure that you click that red subscribe button down below. YouTube does not recommend my videos, and it's the only way you'll find them, and I really, really appreciate it. Now, if you saw maybe a month ago or something like that, there was this video game journalist who got caught in 4K, essentially getting busted, calling men out for spicifying women in video games. It's not okay to look at beautiful women, and you're an evil, evil slimeball misogynist if you do so. Until the internet resurfaced maybe a dozen of her own posts doing exactly the same thing. It was one of the most spectacular caught in 4K moments I've ever seen. One of the best, most delicious hypocrisy displays I've ever seen. Now, this was almost 2 months ago now, and this person is still trying to milk this. It is, look, say what you want about Anita, at least she made money from her grift. This person is so desperate to pretend they're the victim, except they have a long and catalog history of their own toxicity. And look, if you want to be toxic and other people be toxic and you want to sit together in the same pool, that's cool. But it doesn't give you the right. Then you can't go out and call other people toxic and whine about it. But of course, this person has been spending the last 2 months whining and saying that the only reason that they've gotten this feedback, that they've gotten this backlash, is because they happen to possess an innie instead of an outie. Definitely men would never get dunked on the internet after being so blatantly hypocritical and judgmental. That would never happen. It's only if you're a woman. Then the world is different. There's a quote here that says, "The scale of meanness that women journalists receive for doing their jobs is a major issue. We need accountability and real consequences. I am honored to write this piece on my experience and what we could do about this." Look, here's a, like, this person is the embodiment. And again, don't contact them because that's what they want. They are the embodiment of the shoveling garbage opinions over the internet, over the wall, and they'll be like, "No, misogyny." Of course, the replies are absolutely hilarious. Opinions, garbage opinions, internet, help misogyny right there. Yeah, your 4K event tells another story. In fact, it paints you as a hypocrite. Again, you're a journalist, deal with the backlash, defend your stance, or leave the public arena. Journalist is charitable, extremely charitable. You got called up for being hypocritical. Accountability and consequences for a journalist sounds great. All the lies and double standards need to go. Again, you made a dumb Karen tweet. You got called out on your own hypocrisy and double standards, subtly admitted that you loved the attention while playing the victim, and now you're still trying to milk it for clicks. I've seen this story before. I mean, nobody is buying this, but these dying game urinalism outlets are so desperate for hate clicks. By the way, use the archive. Let's look at the actual GameIndustry.biz. Again, little did I know that this tweet would cause such a debate and result in multiple attacks on myself, my character, and my work. Your character was deservedly and rightfully questioned. And on top of that, remember when you told other women that who were disagreeing with you, you said, "Get out of my mentions, you're just here for clout"? Remember that? Let's just take a look at how the replies for GameIndustry.biz are going, because I'm sure it's tons of feminists agreeing with it. Let's see here. My reply in there, nearing ratioing the actual post. I wrote, I like how this completely ignores how the author of said piece was busted in 4K, specifying video game women in multiple posts after calling men disgusting for it. She didn't get backlash because she has a vagine. She got backlash because she's a liar, a fraud, and got caught. Again, if you look, here's Lucy O'Brien, famous bedroom feminist from IGN. There's a lot wrong with this piece. Where is the sourcing? Where are the interviews? Where are the POC voices? The feminists hate it. Why aren't resources and communities highlighted? GG is not a fantastic example of women standing up for themselves. I mean, like, even the feminists hate it. And like, of course, you do realize that women developers also get mean words. Yes, okay, you guys can fight over the victimhood stack instead of getting on with your life and grinding it. There's a common misconception here. A common narrative that is always pushed. It's like, women get so much more negative feedback online than men. This is just bull. Men just don't whine about it. Men move on with their life by and large. They don't, or they monetize it smartly like I do, and they don't whine and say they're only getting backlash because they're men. I mean, my account has been and multiple times dogpiled by tens of thousands of foaming at the mouth far leftists, and I didn't say it was because I was a man. It's absurd to think that only women deal with this type of online issues. And then you see one of my favorites was Brianna Wu. My feminist guilty pleasure is to cleverly over-specified characters like Bayonetta. But Priya and Mithra in Smash, Pyra, these are literally two of the stupidest character designs in the history of our industry. There's a way to do this, but this isn't it. She deleted that tweet. It's essentially saying it's okay when we do it. And, again, you don't have to play the video game. Everyone in a replies say the line. It's absolutely hilarious. And the article in and of itself is, ridiculous. What a woman games journalist experiences in a week. The article is framed that simply for being a woman, they receive all sorts of backlash. You know why I even know about this hack? Is because they self-owned in such a nuclear fashion that I just had to look. It was like driving by a flaming car wreck on the freeway. Everyone's rubbernecking. That's what happens. It was one of the most hilarious self-owns maybe in history. And in this article, as a journalist, it makes so many ridiculous claims that are not backed by any research. And that's not even to say the research exists or doesn't exist. They didn't even bother to put it in. You could put some things like saying, it's time we talk about a very serious issue happening within the games industry, both at the professional and the fan level. The way women journalists are treated with toxic behavior. Again, this is a woman journalist who has about 6 pieces published that about 30 people have read. She started it. She called men disgusting and wanted the attention. And then when people found out that she was a fraud, suddenly it's because she was a woman. The United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization conducted a global survey, a Twitter post, I'm sure, of 900 women journalists last year, and the results were frightening. Are you joking? What happened early this year? By the way, here's the post. Men, I don't want to play the girl. Deal with it. This was supposedly deliberately provocative, right? It is a straw man argument that implies that men are sexist, that men have a problem with playing as female characters, which is absurd. Some of the most beloved video game characters are females. I mean, Seamus, you have Tomb Raider, you have what's her name from the latest Assassin's Creed everyone loves. The idea that female characters in video games are something people don't want to play as is just another straw man, fabricated argument by the victimhood grift. Eventually, the tweet ended up being reposted from an account that has a reputation for controversial views with the caption, "Games journalisming." I think that might be me. Almost immediately, my mentions were filled with hate towards my writing and also my beliefs and even my looks. Okay. You implied that men don't like playing as female characters, and they didn't like that. But you frame this entire thing as, I was just a woman having a normal opinion, and then the internet turned on me. This is one of the most ridiculous L's. I mean, it's like female journalists posting their L's online. Anybody who watches, remember, whatever your name is, Forgotten Tomorrow, that when you publicly admonished another female who didn't share your same opinion and called her a clout chaser. Remember that, Mary? No, I'm sorry. I don't think you know. I'm for whatever reason, I don't see it listed in this article that you wrote. As I mentioned, the social media became filled with people questioning my career. They should. Sending me hate. Shouldn't do that. And claiming that I should disappear. Well, maybe find a different job. I struggle with what to do. No, you didn't. You reveled in it. You monetized it. You wrote this whole article. You got paid to write another article about it. Are you joking? There's a huge driving force in allowing this type of behavior to occur. It's been said that women are being mean to on Twitter every 30 seconds. It's been said. This is peak journalisming. Like, are you joking? It's been said. Ooh, hard-hitting fact. I mean, it's not true. You might as well just say, it's not true, but I'm going to say it anyway. This is why people laugh at your profession. This is why people are laughing at you. No, they should not be sending personal attacks at you. They shouldn't be, doxing people. They should be addressing your opinion exclusively. Okay? I don't support any of that. Anybody that watches my videos knows this. But don't think that I'm ever going to be somebody that's going to tell people not to push back against garbage opinions. Because remember this, my friend, you are the one with the power. You are the one writing for GameIndustry.biz. We're just most people replying to this are just regular Twitter people that you insulted. Remember who has the power. When you put these type of opinions out there, this is a two-way street. You don't get to insult half the population and then act like, well, I can't understand why everyone's mad at me. It must be because I'm a woman. You and Brianna Wu, you're two peas in a pod. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.